If you're in the market for a bike or needing to rely on one as your primary vehicle, the speed at which it can take you where you need to go is super important. Today I'll be pitting 3 of the most common types of bikes against each other on my typical school commute to decide once and for all which is the king of speed, really. Something else I'm hoping to prove today is the statement I've heard time and time again that cars are significantly faster for commuting than bicycles. I've heard a lot of people tell me this over the years, a lot of people who don't cycle, and from my years of experience, I personally don't think this is true, but I'll be driving the same route I'm riding with these bikes to find out for sure, to see if cars really are faster, and if so, by how much. Challenger number 1, the mountain bike. This is by far the most popular bike you'll see on the streets these days, and for good reason. Higher volume tyres, big suspension and wide handlebars make these insanely comfortable, and that suspension is the insurance you need to get into more trouble, go places you can't take the road bike and be more adventurous. I've made a whole video about my experience commuting on a mountain bike for 2 years if you want to learn more. Despite all these positives, the more relaxed design of the mountain bike might just be its downfall, with the upright seating position and wider front profile being significantly less aerodynamic than the road bike, and the more robust frame needed to tackle off-road is significantly heavier. But theory can only get you so far, so let's find out for sure. Challenger number 2, the road bike. Road bikes are built for maximizing speed through aerodynamics. They are built light, have drop handlebars that allow the rider to get into a more aerodynamic pose, and have skinny tires that reduce drag and weight. These are not necessarily the best for commuting because they make carrying loads awkward and have no suspension or cushy tires to soak up bumps on the road. But forget about all that. Our focus for today is speed, so how do they hold up? At last, it's time for challenger number 3, the controversial e-bike. is no type of bike that has polarized the cycling world like the e-bike has. Some people stand by their ability to get the elderly and disabled into cycling, while some curse them for ruining the sport. This is the sort of e-bike that is the most easily accessible in my area, in which you must pedal to get the assist from the motor. You might be looking at this clunky thing with its thick, heavy frame and inefficient retro design and think, there's no way that thing will beat the other bikes. But what you're not considering is that as soon as you throw a motor into the mix, all of that goes out the window. I want to say that after years of cycling, I can beat this clunky e-bike on my muscle-powered bikes, but I'm predicting it has a chance of catching the other two on the long climb towards the end of this course.
Shortcut! Oh fuck it, why not? Oh god.
Okay, we have some very interesting results. It looks like the e-bike demolished both the mountain and road bikes, tragically, at around 7 minutes. I honestly did not see that coming, but as I predicted, it caught them on the long climb at the end because electric motors don't fatigue and muscles do. So I guess the fastest commuting option is the e-bike, but come on man, where's your self-respect? I don't think you should be riding an e-bike unless you're missing a leg or over the age of 80 years old. That's just my opinion though. And surprisingly, the mountain bike was actually like 4 seconds faster than the road bike, which I really wasn't expecting. But I guess it does make sense because road bikes are objectively faster in straight lines, but not necessarily in a city, especially on a route like mine where the mountain bike can take a lot of shortcuts through trail, whereas the road bike has to take the long way around. And there was also a section at the end where I got a little bit too ballsy on the road bike and tried to take a shortcut to the finish line through a patch of sand and got stuck, so that probably also affected the time. But it does demonstrate that the road bike is not necessarily the most versatile and probably not the choice you should make for commuting. So overall, I think the mountain bike is the best balance of speed and practicality for commuting. And now that we're finally done with the bike portion of this experiment, we can find out are bikes slower or faster in cities compared to cars. Now, I want to still say that they're going to be the same speed or slightly faster than the car. That's just because I think on a bicycle you can take that many more shortcuts through trails and small footpaths and parks, whereas you can't really drive through a park to get to your destination in a car, or not legally at least. Yeah, and also with cars you obviously have traffic slowing you down and intersections and lights, so I still think the bikes are going to come out on top, but let's play the footage from the car and find out.